You are very welcome to day 20 of this 30-day Yin Yoga practice. This routine will focus around the shoulders and neck, just providing a nice stretch and release for your upper body. And there will be an option to include some hip stretches as well. We will be practicing cow face arms, so you might need a strap or a belt. But if you don't have anything, don't worry, you can just do the pose as if you did have a strap. So we're going to be seated on the mat. We've been practicing Yin Yoga maybe every day for 20 days now. So if your body is feeling stiff and tired, that's totally normal. And you're welcome to just come into this routine at whatever depth you feel comfortable with. If you do want to open up your hips, you can come into a half shoelace or a shoelace pose. But if you feel as though you need a little rest in your hips, you can just sit comfortably on the mat, maybe sitting on a cushion or a yoga block. So do whatever you need to do now. Sit in whatever way works for you. And then we will shift our focus to our upper body, first with eagle arms. So when you're ready, you can extend your left arm out in front of you and push it away. Then bring your right arm in underneath. Make a little twist if you can, so your hands are facing each other. If this doesn't feel right for you, you can just hold opposite shoulders. Wherever you are, start to gradually lift your elbows up, dropping your head towards your heart. We'll stay here for 2 minutes. Finding your center, breathing from it. Remember, it's totally normal to get lost in thought when you're practicing Yin Yoga. As soon as you notice it happening, just bring yourself back. Don't focus on the fact that you got lost in thought. Focus on the fact that you came back. We'll untwist the arms now, slowly bringing the hands back down. Feeling that reverberation all through your shoulder joint. And then we'll release by interlocking the fingers and pressing the palms away from you, dropping the head and rounding your back. When you're ready to come back, you can find that straight spine again. Releasing however you need to. Sometimes it can be nice to interlock your fingers behind your back and then press the hands back behind you. We'll move into cow face arms now. So if you're using a strap, you can place it over one of your shoulders. This time we'll reach the right arm out in front of us, push it away, bring it all the way back behind you, turn your thumb down, bend your elbow and come to hold your strap or just place your hand along your spine. Left arm reaches up, bend the elbow. You might be able to hook your hands together, you might not. Either way, you're just trying to reach your hands towards each other, or you're holding your strap and you can walk your hands along your strap. Make sure that top elbow stays pointed up and your back stays nice and long. We'll stay here for 2 minutes. From here, release only your right arm, keeping the left arm as it is, and then very slowly bring that right hand up onto your left elbow, ever so gently. You might press that left elbow down, just opening up further through your left arm and shoulder joint. Take a big breath in. And then exhale, you can release everything, slowly bringing the hands back to the front, feeling whatever you feel. Once again, you might interlock your fingers, press your palms away from you, round your back and drop your head. And this time, if it feels okay to do so, you can just place your hands on the back of your head, not putting any extra pressure on your neck, just allowing the weight of your hands to open up the back of the neck a little bit further. And now you can make your way back to center. Whatever position your legs are in, you can unravel them now. come to have your legs long on the mat in front of you. And just take a moment maybe to let the blood flow back through your legs. You might stretch or circle your ankles. Maybe stretch out your toes. Do whatever you need to do. From here, we'll come into a seated swan position. So you can lean back on your hands and then bring your right ankle up onto your left knee. So we're making that figure 4 shape with the legs. And then ever so slightly just press that right knee further away from you if that feels okay. And you'll start to feel that stretch within your right glute. Remember to keep your right foot ever so slightly flexed just to help to protect the right knee. Now our focus is really on our shoulders and our chest here. So lean back on your hands as much as you can feel that opening within your shoulder blades. And then ever so gently you might start to squeeze your shoulder blades together so you can start to open up even more through the front of the shoulders. We'll stay here like this for 2 minutes. And of course you can intensify that stretch within your hips by bringing your left foot closer to you. For our last few breaths here in this pose, you might just drop your head back, looking up, opening up through your throat. And now you can come up, undo everything, slowly coming back to center. From here, you can bring the soles of your feet together and just fold forward, dropping into a brief butterfly pose. Allowing your shoulders and head to totally relax. now we'll come to find that comfortable seat on the mat. Or if you're practicing shoelace or half shoelace, you can come into it now on the opposite side, having the other knee on top. And once you're ready, we'll practice eagle arms, this time reaching the right arm out in front, pressing it away, and bringing the left arm underneath. Find that twist or hold opposite shoulders. Start to slowly lift your elbows up, bow your head to your heart. We'll stay here for 2 minutes. You can unravel your arms. Interlock your fingers, press your palms away, round your back and drop your head. And you can come back to center, doing whatever you need to do, maybe releasing your neck and shoulders a little bit more. Maybe stillness would serve you better in this moment. Now we'll repeat cow face arms in the opposite way. So if you're using your strap, you can have it over one of your shoulders again. Reach the left arm out in front, push it away, bring it back behind you, turn your thumb down, and then bring your hand onto your spine or let it hold your strap. Right arm reaches up, bend the elbow, interlock your hands, hold your strap, or just keep that right arm along your spine. Point your top elbow up, straighten your back, and we'll stay here for 2 minutes. For the last few breaths, you can take your left hand onto your right elbow. Very mindfully press that right elbow down. And then we'll release everything, bringing the hands back to center. From here, you can unravel your legs once again. Take some time just to stretch them out. And now we'll lean back on the hands, bend the right knee, and bring the left foot onto that right knee. Finding what works for you here, feeling that opening within your left glute. And then walking your hands back so you can open up your chest and shoulders, gently squeezing your shoulder blades together. You can undo the pose now, making your way back to center. And once again, maybe finding a brief butterfly pose so you can just draw your awareness inwards. And come back up to center now. Find your best way to sit. We'll release the neck, this time by just looking over the left shoulder. And now you can turn to look over your right shoulder. Come back to center and drop your left ear towards your left shoulder. Take a few breaths in and out through the right side of your neck. And now drop your right ear over your right shoulder. Come back to center and look up. Come back to center and look down. From here, we'll make our way onto all fours, further releasing the neck, the shoulders, and the spine with a few rounds of cat and cow. So spread your fingers wide apart, have your shoulders above your wrists and your hips above your knees. Push yourself away from the ground. Inhale and point your tailbone up. Drop your belly. Bring your chest forward and look up. Exhale, point your tailbone down, round your spine, tuck your chin to your chest and drop your head. Inhale to come back up into cow pose. Exhale, rounding down for cat. Do a few more at your own pace, following the rhythm of your breath. Now we'll come back to center and bring your hips over to the right, looking back over your right shoulder. And then bring the hips to the left and look back over your left shoulder. Continue those movements a few more times. And you can even switch the movements so your hips are to the left, but you're looking over your right shoulder. And then your hips are to the right, but you're looking over your left shoulder. And you can also experiment a bit by dragging your hips slightly back towards your heels. And once you feel satisfied that you have released everything, you might come down to lie in crocodile pose. If you prefer to relax in corpse pose, you can come into corpse. Make a pillow with your hands and rest your forehead onto your pillow. Bring your big toes to touch each other. Let your heels drop out towards the edges of the mat. And if you're in crocodile pose, you can release the entire back of your body in this position. Allow your entire body to melt into the floor. If you enjoyed this routine, leave it a thumbs up and subscribe. I encourage you to stay here for 10 more minutes if you can by clicking into this 10-minute guided relaxation video. I will see you again tomorrow for day 21. Until then, take good care of yourself. Good night and goodbye.